Hey there, Pisces. Oh, I'm going to have to shut the blinds. Look at that sun coming in. I hope you're doing well. Well, that didn't do a damn thing. Let's see if this one does it. It does not seem to be helping at all. I don't know. That's better, though, I think. Okay. Anyway, how's it going? It's Jen here. I'm doing your reading for December. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to talk a little bit of astrology, a little bit of channeling, then we'll get into the cards. So we will be in the sign of Sagittarius as we move into the month of December. And Sag will have their new moon on the 30th. Good Lord. On the 14th of December. Of course, we have the solstice on December 21st. And what's happening of significance also on that day, not only moving from Sag to Capricorn, but we have Jupiter and Saturn, ruled by Sag and Capricorn, conjunct. So very close together in the sign of Aquarius. It's really beautiful to see. I encourage you to go out and look for it in the night sky. I have one of those apps. My son and I noticed it a couple of weeks ago. He's like, "What is that? Those must be planets." And so I just pointed my phone at the sky. It's so cool. Technology, for all its negative, is also absolutely amazing. You can see them. They're big, bright, beautiful, very close together. It's really a cool sight. But in the sign of Aquarius, so we have Jupiter, Sagittarius, which is the big golden retriever. It's just energetic and happy. You never meet a golden retriever and think, oh, is this dog going to bite me? Although Sagittarians, we do put our foot in our mouths a lot, but happy, positive, just want to run free, expansive, bounding, just energetic, jolly. And Saturn is the adult. Well, that's nice, Sag, that you just want to go and, have fun and do whatever you want. But someone has to pay the mortgage, put food in the fridge, save for retirement, pay the bills. Someone has to actually, there are things in life it's unrealistic to just think you can go through life without a care in the world. So these somewhat pretty opposing energies are coming really close together in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is the sign of out of the box thinking, higher, expansive thinking, unusual thinking. They're the inventors of the zodiac. They can come up with solutions. They're the people that will thrive in the pandemic, in the sense that they will see a need and figure out a solution. They thrive under that type of pressure and seemingly things that people are just like, what the fuck are we going to do? They're like, well, let's figure this out. And they can just think in ways the average person doesn't. So to me, this is, and you hear the word have your cake and eat it too and think, okay, that's negative, because we always put that in the sign of like, I want to be married, but I want to cheat on someone. It doesn't have to be a negative thing, but like, how can I have my cake and eat it too? How can I continue to work from home, but still make the same money I was making when I went into the office and worked for a big corporation? Things like that. Something like that, but it could be anything. And when this conjunction happens, this usually ushers in a whole new era, new, significant time frame in history. Like, we have the Great Depression. Maybe this will be the pandemic thing. I don't know. And the aftermath of the pandemic, decades, it usually ushers in a defined period, that's defined by something. So it's a big occurrence. And then Pisces, we have, and I think you'll like this, December 30th, the full moon in Cancer. And I feel like Cancer is just going to, as we look back on 2020, just give us all a great big hug and we survived. We did it. You did it. And just a comforting, just for me, a comforting hug. But also, a full moon is, what needs to be released, and working on that, whatever it is for you that you need to release. You may want to do a ritual, something, and this is something that's not just metaphysical. Psychologists use techniques of journaling and writing things down and physically doing something to make something that's in your brain to really bring it into the reality. And I'm going to let go of such and such, writing it down, burning it, burying it, something to make it grounded. And it can't just be, oh yeah, I don't think about that anymore, yet you think about it all the time. If you had to write down what you're thinking about and be accountable, you were like, shit, I thought about that person 50 times today. And it's not that you shouldn't think about the person, but it's, if you can notice those thoughts and think, okay, I'm putting my energy into maybe a negative situation, and so I'm just lowering my vibration and my energy, and where your thoughts go, to energy goes, and why I want to be happy. Why am I looking to the past? Why am I still giving power to that person, that situation, that incident, that event, instead of looking forward? So things like that may be helpful. So in my channeling, I got, I see some of you experimenting with your crazy side. Wow. I wrote creative side. I don't know why I just said crazy side, but that's kind of funny. But it may be that something, inventors in this world, people often think they're crazy, right? They think, oh, you're going to get in something and fly across the sky. That sounds insane to people, a couple hundred or even 100 years, 150 years ago. But it's the people who, that Aquarian energy, right, that can think, no, why not? Why is that crazy? But I said experimenting with your creative side is actually what I wrote in my notebook here. Experimenting with photography, like black and white, the negative itself. Could also be finding old pictures. Maybe you'll even find, and I have one somewhere that I need to send off, an old, real film roll. You may find something like that and get it developed. But there's a caution to be careful of nostalgia, the negative side of the Six of Cups I'm getting. And that's remembering things in a different way, good or bad, than if you were to actually be able to go back to your childhood, to spend time with that person, to be in that situation again. It may not be as great or as bad as you remembering it. Sometimes our memories are more based on a reaction, or as memories, we remember memories. I don't know I'm not explaining this right. My son explained it to me one day. And it becomes that game of telephone where you whisper in someone's ear. And the further you get away from the actual event, the more so you whisper banana split, and it becomes a maple creamy by the time. I'm from Vermont, so we love a maple. Oh, you guys don't know. It's soft serve. You probably don't even know what a creamy is. It becomes something totally different after it goes through the different iterations. You lose sight of the beginning, of the core idea, the core thing. So if there's a way, this happens actually medically. I don't know why I'm getting this. So I worked on oncology for 17 years, and so someone is having an issue. You get a CT scan, and then they get serial CT scans every 3 months. And when you look from the 7th CT scan to the 8th CT scan, it looks pretty much the same. But if you go back 2.5 years to the first CT scan and look at this one, you can see a measurable difference. So I don't know exactly what that means, or if that, I do tend to think, I'm not saying it's something medical. I work in, I'm not a clinician, but I work in the medical field. So it's just something that, an example that comes from me. I'm sure there's um, examples. It's kind of like if you were working with wood and you're measuring wood. I mean, it should be the same, but if you if you want everything to match, you may also want to make sure that you compare all the boards to make sure they're matching up, and that you just want to, it's like measure twice, cut once. As a Sagittarian, I cut and then measure. Okay, incorporating water into your house and into your life. So, okay, Jen, how do I incorporate water into my house? Well, by having a water feature, by having an aquarium, by having like a little desktop meditative water fountain. You can tell I have a lot of sun that comes in these. My house faces the south. You could have a solar powered one. Pictures of water. Also taking salt baths, going to, if you can, go sit by water. I'm sorry. And that could be anything: stream, river, lake, ocean. Salt baths for energy, metaphysically, just there's a healing property to salt, to being in salt water, real and metaphysical. And then healing, drink, make sure you really are forcing yourself. So here we're getting back down to being accountable and writing things down. Getting maybe an app or a tracker, and really look at your sugar intake too. Really tracking you, because you'd be surprised. I was saying, oh, I don't eat that much fat, and then when I start tracking it, it's like, damn, it's in a lot of these things that I didn't realize, and they add up. So really tracking literally how much water you're drinking, your sugar intake, things like that, may just give you some really good information. And just a few small tweaks, a couple more glasses, forcing yourself. I don't want to make for it to sound horrible, like it's torture, but just schedule. Here's what I want to say: scheduling in a reminder on your phone. Drink a glass of water several times a day, or having an app that will alert you. Time to drink some water. Might be helpful. I saw a screwdriver, and not the beverage. I just thought of that. No, an actual screwdriver. Here we're going to now constructions come up. So I don't know, but I forgot I had this fixing. So I channel and I write things in this notebook. Fix something, a screwdriver, literally or figuratively. So your car may need to be fixed. Something around the house may need to be fixed. You may need to fix something with you. So whether that's medically, when I was getting the channeling, it was more psychologically getting something. So I don't like the word fixed, because that makes it sound like something's wrong. But I feel as though it's going to be more of maybe that nostalgia thing, and just having a bit of an aha moment, or an understanding of, oh, I spent more time thinking about this thing in the past than I really realized I did. And that might not be so healthy. And why am I giving that power? So just thinking something like that through, I think will be beneficial. I'm sorry, I had to stand up because I'm getting a little bit of a cramp in my leg. Then I just saw a dog. So I don't know if you're thinking about getting a dog, you have a dog, you looking through old things, you see a picture of an old dog. Maybe that could be on these, if you come across some memories or pictures or something. A dog wolf, a husky, a chow is like a big furry dog. So I'm not sure of the significance of that. And what's the last thing? Oh, I just really see photography again. Oh, I have photography. That's interesting. I was just talking about that. Photography kept coming up. Pictures. Maybe it's pictures in your mind, or drawing, or anything, but I see taking pictures of sunsets, clouds, architecture, landscapes, and then playing and processing that pictures on the computer. So using digital media and things like that really came through as for you guys. All right, let's jump into your reading. What's at the bottom of the deck? Nine of Scrolls. So this is that obsessive worry energy, the obsessive energy where you're thinking about a situation, obsessing about a person, usually putting a lot of anxiety, fear, and negative energy into something. We're not perpetual motion machines. We're not machines in the sense that we're a refrigerator that's just meant to run all the time. We need to rest. We have a finite amount of energy. We need to replenish our energy with food and thinking about what we're putting into our body and the rest we're giving. But where we're expending energy, where we're putting our energy into, again, where our thoughts our thought goes, our energy goes. And are we putting our energy into things that are positive and helpful and moving forward, or we're stuck maybe in some way on something from the past and just instead of processing, just sending a lot of negative, angry, resentful energy, which is not allowing us to either heal or fix something or understand something better and learn and grow, but just keeping us at a lower vibration. Insomnia. Okay, 5 of Wands. So this 5s in the tarot are, I like to say, that pebble in your shoe. If you have a pebble in your shoe and you walk 10 steps to the bathroom, whatever, not a big deal. That pebble's in your shoe every day, all day long, or if you go out for a long walk, you're going to have to deal something that seems like a minor thing, whether it is or not, seems minor. If you don't deal with it, it's minor potentially at the beginning if you would deal with it. But if it's something that you avoid and you avoid and you avoid, and this could be someone else doing it in your sphere of influence as well, it can become a problem. So it's something that is going to be coming to a head that you have to deal with. It could be anything. This can be a controlling energy. This can be a competitive energy, a comparison, comparing yourself to others. Always like feeling lack, feeling not as good as, but I see it as, again, outward facing, and I think this is going to make you inwardly say, why do I feel competitive with this person? Why am I putting energy into this negative situation? Why am I allowing myself to stay in a negative situation? Why am I up thinking about this situation over here? And I think that realization is really, once you quantify it and really see it, it's going to be very healing and freeing for you to be able to release it and break a negative pattern where you're putting energy into something that isn't serving you. The Emperor. So the Emperor does what's right, not what's easy. They look at what's best for everyone. And a good emperor, right? A good ruler looks at what's best for all, not what suits them. their best needs, but they also know they can't please everyone. So they need to make the best decision they can with the information they have for the good of the most people. Um, you may need to take a time out. You may need, and you think, oh, how does an adult take a time out? But you may need to go. Some of you may need to go to treatment. Some of you may need to go to therapy. Some of you may need to go to may need time alone. Some of you may need a break from something, a break from, or this could be someone in your life need a break, need some time to just process and do some work without other distractions or something like that, to make a decision, to get some things straight in their head before they can move forward. Yeah, okay, so six of scrolls, swords, sorry, is someone moving from an emotionally turbulent, difficult, cloudy, stormy, toxic situation into smoother waters. Um, someone could move in, move out. I mean, it depends on if this is a friend, if this is you, if this is someone you're living with may move out, you may move out. Someone may move in with you to, I mean, it could be any combination. You could be on any side of this, but it is someone looking to make a change because where they are is not healthy. So I'm going to leave your reading at that. A lot of self-care, a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of dealing with things that have been swept under the carpet, and making great strides because of it. No more. So when you go from even though it's backwards chronologically, if you go from these up all night worrying and trying, it's almost like I'm repeating a narrative over and over and over, and I'm going to get this person, I'm going to make this narrative true. I'm going to make someone, it's almost a little bit controlling. So the need to let go, to letting go and moving on and releasing. And so no more sleepless nights, right? No more slaying dragons, right? We have a dragon in this picture. And okay, taking responsibility for yourself, and really, and here's the new moon, so the 14th might be of significance. Moving on, healing, getting healthier. I see this as being a really healing month, and you're going to mentally and physically feel much better and make some decisions you were putting off that's really going to benefit you moving forward. Thank you, Pisces. Be well. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful December. Bye.